discuss the ANS.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And on that note, here we are again, subjected to the characterizations of House Democrats who attack the purpose and the validity of this hearing, who have today referred to it as a waste of time, a sham, a joke, a political game, a policy dispute, and even said that no serious member would pursue these articles of impeachment. In fact, Mr. Chairman, the opposite is true. No serious member could sit in this room and look at the American people and deny the catastrophe at our southern border. No serious member could deny that it is past time for accountability. No serious member could look at the American people and say that lawlessness is acceptable, that it is acceptable for one branch of government to defy the others willfully, purposefully, and with impunity. And that is precisely what Alejandro Mayorkas has been doing all of this time. Mr. Mayorkas has indeed defied, first, the courts of the United States of America. Of course, these matters have been litigated. Of course, the states are fighting for safety of their citizens, for the security of our borders. And what has he been told? Courts have ruled that his subversion of the parole process, his use of that as a way to get around the laws of the United States is unlawful. He's been ordered to desist. He did not. He's been ordered to reinstate remain in Mexico. He did not. He's come to this Congress and he's given testimony before us that was demonstrably false, stating that our border was secure, stating that he had operational control of the border, when in fact, every person in this room, and I dare say the vast majority of America, knows that is not the truth. He has misled this committee. He has misled the American people. This process, this committee's process in consideration of this day has been methodical. It has been serious. It has been thoughtful. We have heard from the men and women of local law enforcement. We have heard the catastrophic and tragic effects to their communities that this failure to enforce our laws has caused. We heard from families who have lost their children, deaths from fentanyl poisoning. We've heard the tragic stories of human trafficking, not only of Americans, but of those who are crossing this border illegally that are being exploited. We have heard these stories week after week. And rather than call them a waste of time, as our Democrat colleagues have done, we need to hear them, we need to heed them, and we need to take action. Because here is the reality. Every single day that Secretary Mayorkas continues in his role, America is less safe. We have ceded control of our border to the Mexican drug cartel, and we have seen the tragic and irrecoverable consequences of doing so. Not only are these articles of impeachment appropriate and based in law, it is our duty to ensure that the United States of America is a nation of law. It is our duty to ensure that our border is secure. And it is our duty to ensure that Secretary Mayorkas faces the consequences of his actions and the consequences of deliberately and willfully creating this catastrophe. Mr. Chairman, with that, I yield back.
The gentlelady yields. I now recognize Ms. Ramirez for 5 minutes.